Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, everyone. Okay. You know, before coming here, actually, I went to change, and I thought, okay, coming on stage, so I should put on my jacket or suit or something. But then while changing, actually, I realized, and I was not able to relate to myself over there. And then I realized that in VCON, I'm not your upline. In VCON, I'm serving you. And if Chief, and after listening to Dato, and looking at Chief every day morning, and if they can serve with uniform, I am proud to be here in uniform rather than a suit, actually, right? So when I'm not in this uniform, when I'm in a suit, then I'm your upline. Otherwise, I'm serving you, right? So how many people listening to me for the first time? Oh my God. Can you see the beauty of the business? You know, so many people listening to me for the first time, but still we are a part of the same family, right? And still, I get so much of love. And I am concerned about each and every one sitting out there, whether we met before personally or not. This is only possible in this industry, nowhere else actually, right? So we are blessed. We are blessed to be a part of this industry. Now I would like to share how I came into this industry, and maybe from that, if you get something, well and good. You know, I'll share my background, where I'm coming from, what I used to do before, and how I landed into business. And then everything happened overnight, right? Obviously not, right? So I belongs to a place, very small town, and born and brought up in a very small town in India. Okay. Okay. And the name of the place is called Jabalpur. Okay. So, born and brought up there, my father was a government employee. And while I was growing up, frankly speaking, we were living in a government quarters and small family, father, mother, younger sister, and myself. And routine was normal government employee routine. My father used to go to work, come back home every day, and at the end of the month, he used to get a paycheck. I used to go to school, come back, play, spend time with friends. That was a normal routine, right? But in the government colony when we were staying, every neighbor used to be same, because they used to work for the same organization at the same position. So their houses were same, their furniture was same, everything was same. All the kids used to go to same school. I also used to go to the same school. So, frankly speaking, there was no one to inspire me to become someone. And there was nothing to look up to. So when there's nothing to look up to, there's no one to look up to, what exactly happened? I was a happy-go-lucky child, a typical teenage young boy from a small town. And my entire day used to go into school, friends, cricket, TV, that's it. You know, my mother used to tell me, are you staying in a hotel or a house? You know why? Because I used to come back home only to eat and sleep. I don't know how many people, I guess every small town boy actually grew up like this, right? True? So, while growing up, I was not even knowing what am I going to do after this. You know, I was not interested in studies. I used to clear exams. Why? Because neighbors were more interested in our result actually, right? You know, And I used to wonder every time before result, when the result used to come, before I could reach home, the neighborhood auntie used to ask me, what is your result, right? And I used to say, what, why are you bothered about me? Because then, so that was my childhood. So I grew up like this. Till graduation, I was like this. While doing graduation also, I was not knowing what am I going to do after this. But in last few months of graduation, suddenly I got some maturity. And I realized the fact that my father is going to retire in next few years. So not only I have to do something for myself, but I also have to do something so that I can take care of my parents, because I'm the only son of my parents. So something need to be done. Kuch to karna padega. But what to do, don't know. So I looked at my classmates, few classmates. Some people are planning to take up a job. Some people are planning to do master degree. Some people are planning to do MBA. I'm talking about 1997. That time, MBA used to be a fancy thing, right? Not today. So I said, okay, looks fancy. Let me appear for this. So I appeared for exam, got through, took admission, shifted to bigger city in Maharashtra, Pune, and started doing MBA. Okay. Started staying in a hostel. When I started doing MBA, the only aim was I should get a job before I get out of college, so that I don't have to ask money from my parents. No, nothing else. No big goal, nothing. I was not knowing what I want to become actually. And then, fortunately, not one, not two, I got 3 campus placements done. So 3 jobs from campus. One was with pharmaceutical company, one was with Titan watches, and one was with Unilever. Okay. And Unilever used to be a dream job that time, because FMCG used to be a dream industry to work with. And that time there was no banking, no private banking, no private telecom, nothing was there. So I said, okay, I joined Unilever, Hindustan Unilever. I still remember my salary used to be 6,025 rupees, and I was a trainee over there. But I was not even knowing what am I supposed to do after joining. But whatever, if they tell me to clean the floor, I will clean the floor. I will get 6,025 rupees, right? That was my why. Okay. But they posted me on day 1 in a place called Bombay. That is where exactly my life changed. That is where exactly my life changed. When I landed in Bombay, for the first time, I was not knowing anything about Bombay. I was not knowing anything about Bombay. 3 of us were selected for Bombay. 1 guy from Gujarat, 1 guy from Gurgaon, and 1 was me. Both of them had their fathers and elder brothers still working. So they had no responsibility. My father was about to retire, and there was no one else behind me. So the situation was different. But we all 3 got posted in Bombay. Now Bombay, how many people from Bombay? Okay, for those who are not from Bombay, let me explain to you what Bombay is. Okay, when I landed in Bombay, it is like an ocean. I don't know how to swim in the pond, and they throw me in the ocean directly, right? That is the first job. I don't know how to enter in the train, how to get down from a train, So I had to learn everything, So I started learning. First day I reached station, and I saw there's a system to follow. If you don't follow the system, you will not go into the train, you will go under the train actually, right? So not following the system there, the consequences of that was your life, In this business, you don't follow system, it's okay. Your life is not in danger, right? But thank God I learned from that Bombay how important it is to follow the system to the T. And what was the system? System is simple. Reach station, stand, and wait for the train. And you see when train is coming from there, correct? The moment you see engine coming, take 2 steps back. Your bag need to come in front. Not at the back. Otherwise, your bag will remain behind and you will go inside actually, right? That's why people don't carry briefcases in Bombay, because only handle remains in the hand after that. Okay? And then when your bag is in front, then you have to do on your marks, get set, and zoop, go. Inside the train before it stops. before it stops, okay? Because after it stops, there will be no place to enter in the train. And this is not over. After it stops, when you enter in the train, immediately after going inside, you have to pull your bag up. Okay? If you keep the bag here, you will get beaten up. Why? Because that bag will take a place of one person who can stand there, right? So you have to bring the bag up, then automatically some rhythm happens there. Some hands will come and take your bag and it will go in the loft, right? And then, that's a system, right? That is a system. Okay? But that is not over. Then, stand in some corner, maybe with the jali on your face. Correct? Because otherwise, if you are in between, people will take you down wherever you don't have to get down actually, right? And this is not over. Or stand while, holding the chain, stand for 1.5 hours, take a nap. That's where exactly we used to sleep, right? Okay? And you can't sleep like this. Either you're like this or like this. That's why our back is very strong, right? You know why? Why you can't be straight? Because everyone around you is not of the same size. Somebody behind you, if the person is having a bigger stomach, then you stand like this. If the person in front of you having a bigger stomach, then you stand like this actually, right? Okay? But this is not over. Okay? Then, enjoy massage and aromatherapy for 1.5 hours. Correct or not? Because everyone is holding the chain like this. So you get aromatherapy, right? And massage, why? Because people are not touching you from one side, two side, four side. From 20 sides, somebody is touching your body from somewhere actually, right? And the funny part, I still remember, my company gave me a pager that time. So boss used to page in the morning. I still remember holding like this, pager in the pocket. A guy in front, right? Suddenly, bzzz. One time, okay. Second, bzzz. So the guy is in front, he looks at you. What's wrong? Then we have to tell him, don't worry, pager. Okay. Okay. And then, when you have to get down, it's not easy. Again, SOP to follow. What is the SOP? You have to tap the person who's standing in front of you and ask, are you getting down? If he says yes, then it's okay. You're at the right place. If he says no, then you have to swipe the position. You have to go in front and he need to come. Now there's no place. How to do that? So then you do Eid Mubarak and turn like this actually, right? Correct. Hello? Listen. You guys are laughing and enjoying. Ask those people who go through this every day. I was one of them. Okay? And then, next person again, tap again. Are you getting down? No, Eid Mubarak, again turn, right? Again. Keep doing that till the time you don't reach out to the person who tell you, yes, I am also getting down. Which means, all the people in front of him are going to get down. Correct? So you're at the right place. If he tell you by mistake that he's getting down, don't worry, he will get down. You will take him down actually, right? So that's how. And then last, when you reach your station, what do you need to do? You have to jump out of your train before it stops. Because if you don't get out of your train before it stops, what will happen? People who are coming inside will take you back again actually, right? Correct? Till date, I never understood why they stopped the train. Because Because you go inside when it is running. You get down when it is running. Why to stop? True? Now tell me one thing. Is every day doing this for all your life easy or maxing out is easy? Now you know why it is easy for me. So every day, but the irony is that many people go through this every day. They crib, they cry, they complain, but they settle down after some time. They take it as a pain of life, and they take it as if this is life, and continue and die like this actually. But I never wanted to die like that. I said, I need to get out of this. In corporate world, I grew from trainee, I became vice president. All that happened, right, in 8-9 years. But still I realized I'm in a circle. I'm doing go to work, come back home, go to work, come back home only. And I realized that no matter how fast I run, no matter how fast I run, even if I come first, I'll remain in the circle only, right? Because bank balance never used to increase. Salary used to increase, position used to increase, responsibilities used to increase. But bank balance never used to increase. And I said, if I continue doing the same thing for 20 more years, is it going to change my life? Answer was big no. And that is the time this business happened to me. I was already looking out for something. I was already looking out for something to do on my own, but I had no money to start any other traditional business. So I was looking out for something which I can start in less money. Yes, Gala, I'll see you afterwards. Okay. So, then I got a call. One of my friend who used to work with me, he called me and he told me to visit his office. I said, okay, I'll come. I visited his office. He told me, there's a business. I said, tell me. He was knowing that I'm looking out for something. I said, okay, tell me about it. And he was knowing that I'm really desperate to look out for something, right? So I said, okay. He told me about QVI package, holiday, travel, and all that. I said, nice. I said, how much money? He said, bahut, a lot. I said, how much? He said, a lot. But I said, how much? He himself was not knowing the compensation plan that time. Because he got a call from Thailand, from one of his relative. And he explained him on phone, which he never understood. But he was knowing that this guy is looking out for something. So let me catch him first. So he said, a lot of money. I said, okay. I said, name of the company? I will tell you later. Okay. And then after that, I went out for some training, 20 days we didn't met. Then he met. In between, he met Kavita. And he explained her some 3 left, 3 right, 11,500. She said, 11,500? I don't want to do this. And then chapter closed. Then I came back. I was traveling that time. Then he again met me. He showed me Exchange World site, QVI site, but no plan again. But I don't know what happened. I made up my mind, whatever it is, I'm going to do it. You know why? Because I had nothing else to do anyway. I had no other choice. And I wanted to start something immediately, at least to get out of the circle. Right? But I had no money. So I applied for a credit card. We started with that. Okay? And then he told me there's something called system. We used to stay in Pune that time. Okay? There's something called system where we have to go, and you are not supposed to come in casuals. So I took it, I was so switched on from day one. Why? Because my why was very clear and I was already looking out for something. So previous night, I went, clicked my picture so that my identity card can be made. Okay? Then I went in full formals actually to the system. And when we reached system, the training was not there that day. Bio demo was there. MSQA products demo. And I'm sitting like this. Some 30, 40 people used to come for the system. And it used to look like a ladies' kiddie party. Pretty ladies, so we used to like going there, right? So it's okay. So we used to sit there and skeptic, thinking about what are they doing, turning hand, this, that. Last demo, I said, okay, I'll come on the stage. I went and they lifted me on 2 fingers. Do you know that demo? They lifted me on 2 fingers. 4 thin, good-looking girls lifted me on the finger. How can I not fly, right? Correct. Then there was a break. After that, there was a compensation plan on the board, which was supposed to be shown. So me and my friend, we came out to have a chai. And, we both talk a lot. And the referrer, his referrer, who was there in Thailand, he was exactly opposite. Even when he talked, you have to figure out whether he's talking or not, right? And both of us, even if we are quiet, you think we are talking actually, right? So exactly opposite personalities, right? So we are talking there and this, and by the time we finished our chai, the doors were closed. And we were not allowed to enter and attend the plan. But in that excitement, I called a fellow, I called a guy for the presentation. He went inside the plan before I went. After plan got over, he called me. He said, boss, where are you? I said, I'm there only in Chai ka dukaan, next door. So he came out. He thought I was inside. He said, amazing plan, no? I'm looking at him. I said, yeah, amazing plan. So he understood everything. Okay? But till date, he never signed up. Till date, never signed up. I never understood that time anything, right? So I happened to see the plan after 2-3 weeks. Correct? But I was switched on, excited from day one. From day one, I was super excited because I got something which probably can help me to get out of that circle actually, right? Very, very excited. And in that excitement, I signed up Kavita, I signed up one of my other friend, okay? And few people, 4, 5, 6 people signed up. And then, because by the time, the referrer of mine, he started looking like as if he's switching off, right? He went to Gujarat for something and then he lost. I lost him after that, right? Okay? So I was all alone showing plans from day one. And no applying, nothing actually, right? Till that time. We were knowing that there is a guy called Dev Wadhwani who happened to be our grand applying. But unfortunately, this person used to stay out of India more than India actually, right? And I didn't even had a passport to fly to meet him actually. So, in between I met him once. When I met him once, I ended up swiping my other card also, right? I increased my stake. Multiple header strategy, right? Okay? And then I was working on my own. Kavita started interested but not committed in the beginning, right? Because she was running her own company, okay, consulting firm where some 40, 50 employees were there. So she was stuck there, but not negative, but not committed, but interested. You, tu chal mein I types, Correct? And then I was very, very excited, started doing things and all that. But 4 or 5 months I left my job because they promoted me in the job, and it was making no sense to take up that promotion, because by that time I realized I want to do this business only. Correct? And And by the way, no upline, nothing, no physical upline to be there in that town. System was my upline. Whatever I used to listen in the system, I used to ensure that I am applying that. You know, every system, one decision I used to take and come back and apply. You know, result not coming. People were not signing up. Some 8-10 people were there that time, but not too much of multiplication happening. But excitement was getting multiplied. You know, and as a person, I'm a very positive person. I cannot see anything negative around actually, right? So I was excited. Applying, not there, nothing there. My left, right, both first two sign-ups not working also, right? This went on. To survive, somehow I used to make 1 or 2 checks in a month. In a month. $250 to $500 in a month was like, thank God. Okay? This went on for 9 months. Before 9 months, on the 8th or 7th month, another upline from Hong Kong came to Pune. He was not very active, but he used to vouch for a business. You know, he was stuck in his own traditional business, but he used to vouch for a business, right? And he told me, bro, if you're serious, there's something called VCON which is happening. You must go there. I said, where? He said, Malaysia. It was 2009, Malaysia. Okay? And I said, Malaysia? I don't have money. You're talking about Malaysia, right? And even if I have money, I don't have a passport also. You know, but till that time, I didn't have a passport. So he said, but if you're serious, you must go. I said, and he promised me one thing. He said, if you go there, and after coming back, if you tell me it was not worth putting that kind of an effort, I'll give you your money back. I'll give you your money on traveling back. And I said, and I thought, why is he giving such a big commitment? He's not even active in the business. Correct? Why is giving such a big commitment? I thought there's something. I took a decision. I am going. How? I don't know. From where money will come, I don't know. Passport, I'll apply tomorrow. Correct? But I took a decision. I am going. We'll see how. And then I started manifesting that I am going there. You know? And I'm working hard, trying to sell QBI, this, that, but nothing, no result coming. But no doubt is there. I'm going. How? Don't know. How many people came like this? You know? So I'll tell you what happened after that. About a month before VCON, suddenly I saw some 4.5 lakh rupee credited in my bank account. And I called Kavita. I said, we are going, and I got 4.5 lakh rupee. She said, from where? I said, I don't care. But you know where exactly that money came from? That I found out later after coming back from VCON. It was my Provident Fund money, which generally come after 1 or 2 years, which came in 3 months only, right? And it was a secret. It was only a law of attraction because I was not ready to believe that I am not going. I was only thinking one thing, I'm going. Okay, we are going rather, right? You know? So, booked tickets and all that. 10 of us went to that VCON. Shah Alam, 2009. 10 of us. We had no money to book a hotel. So we booked in an apartment where bunker beds were there. So 10 of us in one apartment actually, right? And we had no money to buy food also. So we packed theplas and, you know, the dry fruits and everything from India. And believe me, we lost on a 4th day our food bag. And that was the most precious thing actually, right? So, and people, our only focus was VCON. We never went out to Malaysia because no money. Only and only focus was VCON. Nothing else. There's no money to go to Petronas. There's no money to go to Genting Island. Nothing actually. You know? And we used to say, no, we are here for VCON only, right? The focus was only VCON. And the click happened. I was committed. Everything I was doing, right? I don't know what happened there. But on day two, after going back from VCON to the room, Kavita said, she was inactive that time. She said, I'm going back home, shutting down my consulting firm and becoming full-timer immediately after VCON actually, right? And we came back with a lot of excitement, a lot of pictures, a lot of videos and everything, a lot of magazines. And my car was parked in Bombay. You know, I didn't tell you how I got passport and all. Please don't get into it. I need half an hour to explain that, right? My passport came 24 hours before my flight actually, right? My visa happened 6 hours before my flight, and I just barged into the consulate actually and got the visa. It was not possible, but I was not ready to believe it is not possible actually, right? No, and we parked. I parked my car in Bombay. So after getting down in Bombay, we had to pick up the car and reach Pune. You know, and car was parked where? The friend's house, who was not active in the business, you know, who's none other than Sharfun actually, right? And she was not there in VCON. She was inactive. She was looking after her new role and all. Both of them were not negative. But, tu chal, main aayi. Okay? No system attended, nothing actually, right? And then, so before leaving, I said, okay, let's have a chai and then leave. So while having a chai, I shared my excitement. I don't know what happened to her. Within 1 month, she became full-timer. Now, why I'm sharing this to you is, coming to VCON does not only affect you, it also affects those people who are sitting out there not able to come here, but when you go back with that excitement gives you a rub-on effect actually, right? And then, immediately after going back from VCON, we three started working like crazy, you know. And then after that, the checks immediately after coming back from VCON, you know, from 500 a month, it become about 1,000 a week. Then within 3-4 months, it become 2,000 a week. Then it become 3,000 a week. And I think after 1 year of VCON, I was about 5,000 a week. Okay, and we were mad. But important is not that. In that 1 year, what I was doing, that was more important. You know what exactly? In that 1 year, I was not questioning why it is not happening. I was only looking at myself, what else I need to do? What am I not doing actually, right? You know, I was not thinking. I used to see only myself, what is in my hand which I can do, and I'm not doing that actually, right? I was pushing myself. I was not looking at, in fact, I was not pushing them also to become active. I never pushed them, but they become active on their own. I think that 1 year made me a different person, which helped all the people who joined after that 1 year to make that money faster than the amount of time I took actually, right? True. So that 1 year, I think financially, check-wise, I was not growing, but as an individual, internally, I was growing and I was becoming a perfect networker actually, right? You know. So many of you must be going through that phase. Many of you. But check what is your attitude during that phase. And I still remember in my first VCON when I was going through that phase. And that time, I heard VP Donna. And she said one thing which actually re-emphasized that I'm on a right track. She said, delay will happen. Delay will happen. But what you think during that delay, what you do during that delay, and what you speak during that delay will decide how long this delay will last. So many of you, I know many of you are going through this. But this phase will not last for a long time if you have the right attitude actually. Rather than cribbing, complaining about things which are not happening, are you looking into yourself and looking at those things which you still can do and you're not doing actually, right? Check yourself. I started checking myself. Am I reading all the books? Am I attending all the systems? Am I really doing presentations every day? I'm not bothered about sign up. Everything, whatever was taught in the system, I said, I need to do it 100% before I ask God to give me the result actually, right? And what happened? And what happened? After VCON, everything multiplied. Everything multiplied. I think God was testing that let me see how resilient he is. Let me see whether he give up or not, right? And he saw that VCON was a last nail on that coffin. And he saw that he will never give up. Better I give up and give it back to him actually, right? And he never gave me normal stuff. After he started giving me, it was not normal. He started giving me extraordinary things actually, right? No, Hindi mein we say, chappar faad ke, right? Huh? You know why? I had no active downlines, right? No downlines. True? After that, God made those two sleeping IRs become active. And today, they are AVPs and they are my biggest strength actually in the organization, right? So you never know. If you have people who are not active in organization and you're cribbing for that, God is not making them active because you're not worth handling them. They are champions and they can only be given to champions actually, right? I'm sure each one of you must be having people who are champions, who may not be active today. But God is waiting. God is waiting. Are you worth having them in your organization? So it is your time to prove that you are worth having them in your organization, and then everything will change. So you can't wait for the rain to come. You know, I always learned from my upline, later when I got the upline, I always learned one thing from him. You should not wait for rain to come. You should be a well digger actually, right? Keep digging, keep digging, keep digging, deeper, harder, deeper, till the time you hit the water actually, right? So are you a well digger or a rain dancer? So I'm sure many people below you who are not active are watching you. And once they see you doing 100%, giving 100%, they will become better than you because maybe they have more fire than you, and God is waiting for you to become better than them before he make them active actually, right? So this was not enough, you know, and then rest is history. That is the reason why VCON, people ask me, what is the secret for VCON numbers? I said, my life is a secret. The story is a secret. VCON is the place where everything changed. So if it can change my life, it can change everyone's life. That is the reason why everyone in our organization come to VCON. So, after that, it was history. I kept my target to actually retire. Retire means having no issue financially, right? 5 years. And give my best life to my parents, 5 years. But both the things happened in 3 years when I shifted to Dubai. Now there's a point here. My first year was very, very slow. But still, 5-year target happened in 3 years. Why? Because I lasted in that 1 year. Are you ready to last? The point is, are you ready to last? I can give you warning. 18,000 people here. If you can last for 18 months, believe me, you can last forever actually. But lasting, but I don't mean to say last means Last means just showing up. Those 18 months, are you pushing yourself and doing everything what is there in your hand? Forget about government, forget about challenges, forget about your upline, forget about your downlines. Are you doing what you are supposed to do? Are you doing that on daily basis? Work ethics. You know, I was reading a quote in V Ambassador Lounge. You know, the quality of a leadership is a reflection of a standard he set for himself actually, right? So what standard you're setting for yourself? Are you pushing yourself more? Or your upline need to push you more? Are you pushing yourself more? Or your downlines are pushed by you more? Believe me, in last 8 years of my journey, I never pushed anyone more than myself actually. And that is the reason why. That is the reason why all the people who worked with me, for them I'm a sweetest upline. But I only know one thing, lead by example. Work so hard, that they can only see that and they also do the same thing actually, right? And that's what exactly. So are you ready to set example for yourself? For your team? Stop talking to yourselves. Stop asking questions. Why? Just keep doing everything every day. Find out one area where you can still be better actually. It is not about skill. It is about action. It is about action. Every day, are you pushing yourself or you're just dreaming about it, right? You know? And believe me, in that process, you will succeed. You will end up making money. But that will not be very important by end of the day. What you will become as a person is more important than that money which you make actually that time. And then after that, believe me, all the people who will come and follow you, they will duplicate the same culture. You know, people come and ask me, what is the secret of the duplication? I said, there's no secret. Monkey see, monkey do. Chief is talking about that for ages actually, right? Don't apply your brain. You know, and I always learn from my upline. You know, team is a reflection of a leader. You show me the leader, I'll show you the team. It is exactly the same. The attitude, the work ethics, the standards, the benchmarks, everything is same actually, right? And you don't have to really tell it to them. People see and follow the same thing. But the point is, are you here and thinking that you bought a lottery ticket? Or are you here to build an empire actually, right? Because if you are here to build an empire, you know that your roots need to be very, very strong. And this struggling phase will make your roots very strong. I have seen people who made a lot of money in the beginning, still never lasted forever. Never lasted forever. Why? Because the building was there above the ground. Basement and below was empty actually, right? You know. So are you ready to make your roots stronger? People from outside may not be able to see. Bank balance you'll not be able to see. But believe me, if your belief is strong and you keep pushing yourself, you know, once suddenly one day, God will see enough of test. Now let's start giving it to him, right? And he will give back. And he will give back with multiplication, right? He will give back in multiplication, okay? And once he start giving back, by that time you will become a person, okay, who would not like to stop working, because that becomes your way of life. So today, many people ask, why are you still building new markets and going? Why? Because that's who I am. That's what I become. And that's what I love to do, right? And believe me, this is not a business anymore. This is a way of life. No? This is a way of life for us. And if we don't do this, then we will spoil our own self actually, right? The roots will become weaker, correct? And it's no more a business. It's a retired life. But love to do this. That's why exactly we do. Correct? So are you ready to push yourself? Harder than ever before. Do you think you were pushing yourself to 100% till now? Can you take one decision before going back from here? You will not crib. You will not complain. You will not look at others. You will only push yourself. And you will keep pushing yourself. You will keep pushing yourself till the time God will not notice you and start giving it back to you. And you know what? I want you to see this video. This is you in making actually, if you take that decision. Can we have the first one? This is you in making. If you can relate to what I said, this is what exactly. So are you ready to decide and act now? But I know 10% people will stick to that decision. Rest will go back to the same old personalities, right? You just have to, and I know it's not very easy to stick to your decision. Only and only one thing can make you do so is your dream. Every day, talk about it. Every day, visualize it. Every day, write about it. Your neighbors, your uplines, your downlines, your family members, everyone need to know about your dream actually. I still remember in my first year, Till date, any prospect sitting here, I don't know whether he will sign up or not, but he will go back by knowing my dream at least actually, right? No? So the more you talk to them, the more you listen for yourself. When you listen it on daily basis, it gives you energy and perseverance to fight that battle which you are fighting every day and which is deviating you from that decision which you have taken today actually, right? So do it now, as the theme is for this week on, right? If not now, then never. And it will not just give you a life of choices, but also it will give you relationships which will make you a better person actually, right? And before I leave, I want to tell you one thing. It's not about money. It's not about maxing out this, that. Because believe me, whether you earn $20,000 or 40 or 60, it doesn't really matter to you after $20,000 a week. Doesn't really matter, right? But what matters is what you are becoming as a person. And I still can vouch that whatever I am today, it's not only because of me, it's also people around me actually, right? Not just upline, but also downlines. Okay? Because after some point of time, the most important thing, today if you ask me what is the most important thing I got from this business, believe me, money, okay, it's not that important. Of course, it is important, but more than that, the relationships which we got are the most important, because those relationships helped me to become a better person, and that better person can rebuild and make more money anyway actually, right? Okay, so I would like to acknowledge 3 most important people who were instrumental in making who I am today actually, right? Okay. Number 1, from out of nowhere, as I said, when God gives you back, He gives you chappar phadke, correct? He gives you with multiplication. So He never gave me an upline for almost a year, right? Correct? Then He gave me the best upline. Okay? Then He gave me the best upline. And believe me, the values which I got from Him is what exactly made me who I am today. Is what exactly made this organization what it is today. The values, it is not mechanics that we figured out ourselves, but the values through which our organization is sustaining in any sort of challenging time. So I would like to please help me welcome and invite my mentor and upline and brother who gave me the value, the lesson of life, which I never got from anyone else, not even my parents actually, none other than AVP Wadwani. He was the one actually was hammering it down every day when we started making money. Don't let it go here actually, right? Don't let it go here. And today I know how important it is, because that is the reason it never went here actually, right? When people ask why exactly it never got into your head, because of this man actually, right? And after some time, your downlines are as strong as you, and you become a mirror to each other actually, right? So I have 2 mirrors who can tell me if I go wrong anywhere. I can tell them if they go wrong anywhere, right? And we are mirrors to each other actually, right? Okay. And believe me, I've seen many organizations going apart only because of one thing: ego. Only because of one thing. Because believe me, the kind of relationship with the 4 of us carry, we fight a lot, we debate a lot, we have different opinions, we are different personalities, but you know what? We know our intent for each other will never go wrong actually, right? So, help me Help me. Help me invite my two angels, my mirror. Okay? AVP, Kavita and Sharfun. You know, I never, believe me, our relationship is completely different. We do a lot of fun. We are not applying downlines, right? Four of us. And I take them for granted many times. But today, I want to tell them, thank you very much to trust me and be with me. And I know I'm not perfect, but we'll be together for all our life. All